During my days delivering food, my bike got stolen, but I didn't cry. My food containers were stolen and I didn't cry. I fell off my bike and I didn't cry. But when a customer yelled at me, I cried like a child. Food delivery is booming in China. With just a click, meals are delivered right to the doorstep. However, the work of delivery riders is exceptionally challenging. The platform's algorithm dictates their routes and timings, and the wages they receive are meager, usually without tips. Aside from working from dawn till dusk, the most dreaded aspect is receiving negative reviews. One bad review can render a day's work fruitless. Encountering verbal abuse from customers often leaves them in tears. The tears of this female rider are not due to a single incident, but accumulation of many hardships. The Chinese government's policies are ever-changing. The zero-COVID policy, which was enforced for 3 years, was abruptly relaxed, causing chaos in society and a severe blow to the economy of people's livelihood, from which recovery has been difficult. The deteriorating business environment in China has led to an accelerated withdrawal of foreign enterprises and a wave of closures among private businesses. The ranks of the unemployed are swelling, and the lowest threshold industries such as food delivery and courier services are overcrowded. Nowadays, even food delivery riders are screened based on education, qualifications, and age. Recently, there have been reports suggesting an age limit of below 45 years for delivery personnel, drawing social attention.
It seems like older people can't even do food delivery jobs anymore. Recently, a delivery person shared a notification they received from Meituan stating that the platform won't have older delivery riders anymore. The person, being older, received this notice and was initially puzzled. There are age restrictions for delivery workers now. But Meituan responded to this issue, stating that for safety reasons, the age limit for delivery workers is between 18 and 57 years old. Indeed, as one gets older, it's easier to encounter problems, like getting lost, getting hurt, and ending up in the hospital, which costs more. Limiting older riders is to some extent about reducing risks, but a blanket age limit just isn't right. Being older doesn't necessarily mean being in poor health. Judging a person's ability and energy based solely on age is too arbitrary. A more reasonable approach would be to assess a person's physical condition. If they can work, let them work, rather than relying solely on age as a reference.
On November 5th, an internet screenshot showed a notice indicating that e-commerce company Meituan riders who reached the age of 45 will no longer meet Meituan and its delivery partners' service standards, and the system will no longer assign orders to them. In response to this, Meituan staff told Blue Whale media journalist that considering safety factors in the delivery process, the platform would limit the age of riders to between 18 and 57 years. Anyone within this age range who meets the relevant conditions can register to deliver orders. Despite Meituan's response, netizens' doubt have not been dispelled. Some directly state that being able to register does not necessarily mean getting orders. When Blue Whale media journalists searched as a 50-year-old job seeker, they found that in cities like Guangzhou, Beijing, and Chongqing, the upper age limit for recruiting Meituan riders was between 45 and 50 years. The recruitment coordinator hung up the phone immediately after learning the applicant was over 45 years old. Another coordinator in Guangzhou repeatedly confirmed the applicant's age as stated on their ID during the conversation. Mainland writers and commentator Xiang Dongliang, in his WeChat public account Basic Knowledge, said that many unemployed people in their 30s and 40s used to see food delivery as a last resort. Now, even this option seems closed off, with the 45-year age limit pushing people towards a dead end. He stated that Meituan indeed generally sets a 45-year age limit for recruiting dedicated riders, and some locations even go further, setting the recruitment age limit at 40. According to screenshots of Meituan's recruitment website posted by Xiang Dongliang, for example, the age limit for Meituan riders in Ningbo Baoyou district is explicitly set from 18 to 45 years. The age requirement for Shenzhen Meituan grocery riders is 18 to 45 years. The recruitment in Liupanshui requires applicants to be below 45 years, and in Guangdong, Shunde, Jieyang, and Jiangmen, Meituan riders are required to be under 45, with some also requiring a health certificate. Additionally, Xiang Dongliang, who is based in Guangzhou, recently submitted an application to become a rider on the Meituan Rider app. Within less than an hour, he received a call from Meituan. Xiang Dongliang, inquiring on behalf of his 47-year-old uncle, was initially told by the caller that the age was a bit too old, but then they said they could discuss in details over WeChat. The WeChat conversation revealed that the full-time requirement is for individuals aged 18 to 40 with no criminal record, no infectious diseases, and the ability to ride a bike and use navigation. Meituan HR also mentioned that this is not entirely non-negotiable. If a person looks young, there is still a slight chance of getting hired at the site. Xiang Dongliang remarked that Meituan used a deceptive method of swapping concepts in their reply to media inquiries. They said that the age requirement for Meituan crowdsourcing is 18 to 57 years, which is indeed true. However, Meituan crowdsourcing and Meituan Rider are two different systems, and it's the full-time riders on Meituan dedicated that need to have the age limit at 45. The incident has sparked heated discussions among netizens. Netizens have commented on the issue of age restriction for food delivery riders in China. One netizen said, "We shouldn't be too harsh on Meituan. In fact, most job advertisements I see don't seem to want anyone over 45. I was browsing job listings in Shenzhen a while ago and most of them required applicants to be under 45. It's the general trend and Meituan is just following it." Industry insiders admit that in some areas with high labor demand, younger riders are often preferred once the workforce is saturated. The job of a food delivery rider, once considered a physically demanding and low-prospect service industry role, is now sought after as the economy declines and jobs become scarce, leading to an oversupply of workers and cutthroat competition. Consequently, the income of delivery riders has been steadily decreasing, making an already tough job even more unbearable.
How desperate is the job of delivering food? Simply put, it's even scarier than a death row assembly line. It'll strip the color from your life. Your life will get worse and worse, and you'll constantly be in a state of oppression. Today, let's delve into the real life of a delivery guy and see how desperate this job really is. This guy, Chen Wen, came to Shanghai alone 7 years ago. By chance, he started delivering food, and it's been 7 years since. Rain or shine, he hoped to carve out a better future with his hard work. But recently, Chen Wen couldn't take it anymore. After the pandemic, the unemployed flocked to this low-barrier industry. The platform even lowered the pay per order. The plummeting income finally wore down this young man who had been harboring resentment for a long time. Don't believe those who say you can make over 10,000 a month from food delivery. I worked for 18 hours today, and I really can't take it anymore. Do you know how much I earned? Just 87 yuan. Those who haven't joined Meituan yet, please don't. I bought a new electric bike, used it for just 1 day, and I'm telling you, don't do Meituan delivery. There are no orders and you have to wait around.
A delivery rider from Shenzhen, Mr. Yu, shared it in a video. "I've been doing food delivery for a few months now, and today was the first time I broke down. It wasn't the customer or the restaurant that did it, but the sheer lack of orders. I started at 7 a.m. and only managed 10 orders by 1 p.m. I started again at 3 p.m. and worked until 10 p.m. 13 hours for just 25 orders, earning a mere 100 yuan. Mr. Yu added that in the order-grabbing lobby, when an order comes out, it's snatched up so fast you don't even get a chance to see it. From last night to this afternoon, there were over 800 orders for 70 people. I spent over 10 hours earning 100 yuan, and after deducting 10 yuan from the battery and rent of the bike, I only made 80 yuan, not even enough for a drink." According to data from the National Bureau of Statistics, there were 13 million food delivery riders in China by the end of 2021. According to official data from Meituan in February 2023 alone, Meituan opened 500,000 new positions for riders and station managers, nearly reaching saturation in just 1 month. In the first quarter of this year, the number of Meituan riders alone exceeded 7 million. Delivery riders face a situation of more supply than demand, with each person able to handle only about 30 orders per day. More than half of the full-time riders work 9 to 12 hours daily, concentrated during lunch and dinner peaks, with almost no orders at other times. Salary range from 3,000 to 5,000 yuan per month. The hardship of delivery riders is also reflected in their willingness to deliver regardless of weather conditions or late hours. responding immediately to order notifications. At the same time, they are considered one of the highest risk professions with high rates of injury and traffic accidents. A delivery rider described his job as racing against the Grim Reaper, challenging traffic police and befriending red lights. What exactly has led the riders into such a perilous situation of survival? And what makes them race recklessly regardless of their own safety? In the system of platforms like Meituan or L.me, delivery time is the most crucial metric, and delays are not tolerated. Once they occur, riders not only face customer complaints, platform penalties, and reduced income, but also risk being terminated. A rider from Shongjiang, Shanghai, said he almost always goes against traffic on each order, saving about 5 minutes each time. A Meituan rider shared his craziest order experience, delivering within 1 kilometer in 20 minutes. Though the distance was short, he had to complete pickup, wait, and deliver within that time frame. On that day, he rode so fast that he bounced off his seat several times. Another rider from Shanghai working for L.me did a rough calculation and found that if he followed traffic rules, he could only complete half the number of orders in a day. Riders work throughout a downloaded app, which appears to be just a tool assisting their work. However, in reality, they have downloaded a sophisticated labor control model. Under the system, the original subjectivity of the worker is completely shaped or even replaced. While they appear to work more freely, they are subjected to deeper control. This labor model is characterized by strong attraction, weak contracts, high supervision, and low resistance. What was once an industry that could help the unemployed and low-income earners find a way out has now become a trap that deepens their predicament. Moreover, relative to the tens of millions of food delivery riders in China, the issue of their welfare protection remains unresolved. On social media, under a post about Meituan riders advocating for workers' rights, a netizen commented, "Delivery riders have helped Meituan achieve its volume and market value, but Meituan, a company that grew through its food delivery business, doesn't provide any formal employment contracts to any of its delivery drivers." Attempts to resist the platform's algorithmic dictatorship can threaten personal safety. Chen Guojiang, the leader of the WeChat group Delivery Night Alliance, is a case in point. He worked as a delivery rider in Beijing and criticized the platform's unreasonable demands online, which were impossible for riders to meet. He was later detained. Chen Guojiang often posted videos online advocating for the rights of delivery riders and organized rider gatherings. He said all he wants is to be treated fairly and justly. He once stated in a podcast, "But we have no channel for appeal. The platform controls everything. Whether to fine us or not is up to them." Adrian Chow from the Hong Kong NGO China Labour Bulletin said, "They have no job security, no minimum wage, no fixed working hours, no social insurance, basically nothing." He pointed out that intense competition among internet companies has led to continuously lowered prices, significantly reducing the commissions of delivery riders since last year. Furthermore, the algorithm is not designed to treat all delivery riders fairly. Aidin Chow noted they prioritize riders who work longer hours, not those who want flexible hours. The longer the hours and the more deliveries made, the better the orders assigned.